So we're doing the Sydney racing preview thanks to topsport.com.au, and I'm joined as usual by Mark Rhoden. How are you, Mark?
Yeah, very well, Mark. Thank you.
So we're back to Randwick tomorrow. Conditions-wise, have you had much of a look at how things might look tomorrow?
Yeah, it's going to be heavy. They got 20-something mils overnight, which left at a heavy 9. It actually could have been worse. Just looking at the radar before, there's a huge amount of rain, but it's just off the coast, so they're missing that. And it looks like we'll probably be just a shower or two, if anything, between now and race time. But, this time of year, coolish nights and so on, it's not going to improve.
Yeah.
The other thing to factor in is looks like it's going to be a pretty solid southwesterly wind, which isn't common at Randwick. There was a meeting last winter in the heavy range and with a big southwesterly, so I've got a pretty good handle on how it might play. Rails and run won't be a problem, probably some advantage, and just off the fence a bit in the straight would probably be best. And with the rail being out 6, you'd want to be in the first half of the field unless you're on the fence. So that's my read on the pattern. It's pretty unusual conditions with that wind, but like I say, we had a pretty good template for it last winter. Same condition.
All right, good stuff. We'll get into it. We'll have a bit of a look at the quaddie legs. So race 6 is the benchmark 78 for 3 and 4-year-olds over the 1500. So I'm just having a look at Top Sports market. Looks like there's been a little bit of money for Miss Einstein early, the $3.30 favourite, from Bold and Wild at $5.50, Petronius at $6.50, and Opacity at $7. Yes,
can see why they've come for Miss Einstein. She was very unlucky last time. It's hard to know what to do with horses like that. It seems to me that the early flurry of money comes from the people who found it off the video, but the bigger syndicates seem to tend to think those sort of horses are overplayed a bit, and they get back out late. We saw one, I think it was Ice Bath in the on the Hawkesbury meeting day a couple of weeks ago. That was a bit more than a massive drifter on the day.
So it almost the obvious ones for horses that have had a run like that before, that the money comes early?
I think the bigger players are saying that it's overvalued by the market. There's a bias there, and there's an edge betting around them in general. I don't know if that'll be the case with this horse, because she's a proven wet tracker, so that might cause her to hold her place in the market. I don't know if I can take 330 despite those factors. Jason Collett hasn't ridden a winner for over a month as well. He's a good rider. I'm sure that his form will turn sooner or later, but it's just a bit of a worry when you're taking a price at that end of the market. So I could look around Miss Einstein. I think Above and Beyond is over the odds at $17. It ran quite well on a heavy track at Warwick Farm 2 starts ago.
Yeah, right.
And was good behind Grand Piano on Anzac Day at Rose Hill after never being on the track. Okay with a claim. Yeah, certainly by no means a good thing or anything like that, but I just thought at $17, in a race that might be winnable, he's probably the value in it.
Yeah, some bit of value out wide, perhaps. There.
Yeah, there are other chances. Opacity's ready to improve. Bold and Wild was good first up. Agassiz's an interesting runner. It's going to be backing up. Actually, I should mention he might be a bit for me as well at double-figure odds, although he has, if I'm not mistaken, he's shortened up a bit, 15 into 12. A horse on a 3-day backup like him is certainly going to be one the market will find on the day. I'm pretty sure that fitness in the testing conditions is a big plus. So if his price holds up, I might be on him as well. Above and Beyond, I think, is overs, but quite a few chances. No shock at all to see Miss Einstein win. I've actually got her on top, but it's just a pricing issue with those factors I mentioned before.
No worries. We'll have a look at race 7, which is the sprint over the 1,000, another benchmark 78. So Top Sport have got On Florage, $4 favourite from I'm a Cool Kid at $4.60, Switched at $4.80, and then Kylie's leads the rest at $10 into double figures. So a bit of a race with 3 in the market at the moment. How do you see it?
Yeah, I thought Entourage was too short. Got the very much informed Hugh Bowman on, and does have a wet track win to her credit. She did get the lead on quite a biased track that day when she won on I think it was in the Eddie Roan. Maps a little bit awkwardly here. Back, in a 1,000-metre race, I don't think she's going to get lead and control. She might be caught wide from 9. Hard to knock Bowman. The form is in though, but yeah, I couldn't have her as favourite. And I'm a Cool Kid. It's had over a year off, I think. It's had a very long break anyway. It's just looked it up. 397 days. A good country sprinter off that sort of break, drawn wide as well. Been trying though. I couldn't have single figure odds, especially on my track. He's by I'm Invincible. Some of them handle soft. Some of them are absolutely legless on heavy tracks as well. So no way known at that price for me. So looking wider, quite like to have switched here. Brad Widdop's horse, who very solid without winning last preparation in some pretty good 3-year-old and 3-year-old fillies races. I think she's nicely placed on 54. And she's not huge odds, but I think she's far more backable than the other two at the top of the market, put it that way.
Okay.
A bit of value. I've drawn 1. He's Super Lucky, who's a good 1,000-metre horse. Never been on a wet track by the New Zealand size Super. He's a chance of handling it. As I said, with that southwesterly win, I think rails and run position will be advantaged to some extent. His best form last prep puts him in this race, and could be just at around the 20-1 mark, could be worth a little saver as well.
Yeah, $21 at the moment with Top Sport, so a bit of value there.
Yeah, sure. Look, he's first up without a trial and never seen a wet track, so there are certainly question marks on him, but at that price, you don't have to be right very often.
No worries. All right, we'll jump into race 8, which is the octagonal handicap. You'd hope we could find a better race to name for the Big O, but that's all right. It's so over the 1,400. So Archidemus is $3.50 favourite with Top Sport from Redouble at $5, Dealmaker and Outrageous at $5.50, Miss Fabulous at $7.50, and then Man of Peace leads the rest at $14. You got Archidemus on top?
I do. More or less found the market here. I just noticed we've lost like Kingdom Come, who was going to be in the market too, probably 3rd or 4th pick.
Yeah.
So what's the map? Not really. Archidemus was good in the Hawkesbury Cup. He was really well back there. I didn't find him. We were on the winner, Amangiri, but he ran a lot better than I thought he would. He was something like, he was double figure odds into $5 that day. Lit up, ran well. Wet track, no problem. Certainly a chance. In the other case, you're taking short price Jay Collett. With his book of rides, this might be the day that snaps his losing streak. We'll see. But, look, Archidemus is a pretty full proof horse anyway. He just races on the speed, so there's not really much can go wrong with him. I've just got him around the market price. He's not a screaming bet at $3.50 for me. I've got Dealmaker second pick. I've actually got him a little bit of value, but he's not the sort of horse you'd ever really want to be on. He gets back. He rarely wins. Just on his figures, he's in the race, but he doesn't win many. He's not a great betting proposition, Dealmaker.
Okay.
What else we've got? Miss Fabulous loves the wet. She's had about 6 or 7 weeks off now. Trialled okay. Probably get back. He's a little negative with her. Redouble, it was good first up in a stronger race. Got some chance. I think he's well found at $5 though. And Outrageous was good last start. Had his chance, but he was good. I don't know where he's going to end up in the run here, and I don't know about him on the wet. So I'll take a short price about him either. I'm pretty similar to the market at this stage. I'm leaning no bet.
And a few you don't really want to risk by the sound of it.
Well, I'm just too similar to the market with the main chances, and none of the roughies I really want to be on either. So,
Yep.
Yeah, that's about the strength of it.
No worries. And the last is another benchmark 78 over the 1200. Some Covered Spirit, $4.80 favourite with Top Sport from Sakura at $6.50, So Taken $7.50, and Blazing Miss at $8. Your thoughts on the last?
Yeah, I think I'm going to get involved in this race. Covered Spirit ran second in the Hawkesbury Dawn Passage, which was a very high rating race. So that's how she's come up favourite. She gets back. She's not really proven on wet tracks for my money either. I think she's too short.
Mm.
The one I'm definitely going to spec is Voila. She's a dead set heavy tracker.
Mm.
Really well in with 55, I think, in this class of race. She is first up, but she's never won first up, but I don't think 1200 first up would be a problem, and she trialled quite well. I think the reason she's a price is that the apprentice Louise Day's riding her, which is certainly a concern. I think this is her first ever ride on the Randwick main track.
Okay.
She rode on the Tenzo on Wednesday. So, and drawn inside, she's probably going to have to do something a little bit clever. But I just think with her the mare's wet track credentials and how well placed she is with a claim, I think I've got to be on her at double figure odds.
Yeah, $19 at the moment.
Yeah. So Taken and Secura came out of the same race behind Rocket Clock last time. I actually backed both of them, and Rocket Clock knocked us off, unfortunately. The way this race sets up, despite Bowman going on to Secura, I'd rather be on So Taken. So Taken's Jay McDonald to Jay Van Overmeer, which is a negative jockey change, but she's drawn a lot better today. She's drawn two, so there's a good chance she'll be a lot closer in the run. Wet track is no problem for her. So I would lean to her of the two out of that race. Blazing Miss was very good last time. Ran really good time, actually, winning over 1100. Whether she's going to repeat that on a heavy track is my slight concern with her. What else have we got here? Highlight Bet's an interesting one. I don't know if I'll end up on it. G. Schofield's another jockey who hasn't ridden a winner in a long time. But it's a real tracker. Could almost save on it. I'll think about that overnight. And she is first up too. So to sum it all up, I think Bois is definitely the value in the race. We are taking a risk with the jockey and her being first up, of course, but at the price, I think it's worth doing. And I think of those close to the top of the market, So Taken is probably my pick.
No worries. All right. Well, good look at a few of the later races tomorrow. So we'll get your bets tomorrow, and Newcastle as well tomorrow. All right.
That's right. I haven't checked the weather. It doesn't seem to be raining as much up at Newcastle, and that's a very good draining track anyway. So it might be the better of the two tracks conditions-wise.
Good stuff. All right. Look forward to tomorrow. We'll try to find a winner, and we'll chat to you next week.
Okay. Speak to you then.
Cheers.